Mueller might be the closest thing to having a perfect all-in-one neighborhood in Austin. You can walk to restaurants, parks and trails, farmers markets, a cinema, and you're right next to a golf course. But before you pack that moving truck, let's talk about a few of the trade-offs buyers don't often realize until it's a little bit too late. So today I'm showing you the real Mueller, the lifestyle, the housing, the golf, the prices, and the reasons this neighborhood may or may not be worth the hype. Welcome to Mueller, or Miller, depending on how long you've lived in Austin and how committed you are to speaking it incorrectly. Me. Hi, I'm Nicole Cooper, UT Golf alum and real estate pro. I've been helping people buy and sell in the Austin area for over 15 years, especially in golf communities. You see, I don't just know the market there, I have walked every single fairway. So if you're looking for lifestyle and location, you're in the right spot. Let's dive into Mueller head first right now. Mueller is walkable, it's thoughtfully designed, it has parks, amenities, golf nearby, but it's also expensive, busy, very dense, and more regulated than some buyers expect. So let's start with the location. We're gonna go through all of the good parts first, then we're gonna hit those not so good parts and summarize it all in the end so you will know if it's the right neighborhood for you by the end of this video. And stick around to the end because you're not going to believe the last con against this neighborhood. So here is the location of Mueller on the map. 10 minutes from downtown, and you get newer construction. Some is still building, some is new. So this is unique to Austin. We're gonna go ahead and zoom in here on the neighborhood specifically so I can show you exactly what is so cool about this neighborhood. So basically, the neighborhood runs from I-35 all the way out here to the Morris Williams Golf Course or Manor Road. And all these little green pockets are parks. So when they built this community, it was a master plan community, meaning they had a vision 20, 30 years out into the future. And they mixed housing together. They put retail in the middle of it. Basically, they built a community that you didn't have to leave. Parks, trails, shopping, homes with front porches, different styles of homes, all inside this one neighborhood. So you really don't have to have a car if you work from home, or you don't have to have a car if you live on the or work on the bus route or things like that. So we have Mueller Lake Park, which is the main part of the park system. We have the Southwest Greenway that has all this really cool artwork towards the back part of the neighborhood, and all of this area is connected by a beautiful, well-kept, manicured trail, so you can get your exercise. Here's a part of it here. Some of it is paved and some of it is the limestone crushed granite kind of situation, but it's just absolutely totally user friendly, and I'm going to show you some views from the air right now. So Mueller is actually where the old airport used to be, the Robert Mueller Municipal Airport. And they totally transformed this land. They, did all the environmental correction that they had to do from all the jet fuel spilling into the ground and things. The first residents moved in around 2007, and this community just feels different because they built it with a vision from the very beginning. The whole package started as one vision, not something that is added on to over time. So that is why it just feels different than most other parts in town, especially 10 minutes from downtown. You just don't find this type of community anywhere else. So in a nutshell, it's modern, it's active. Front porches mean that you actually talk to your neighbors, so it's more social. It is actually community focused. They have farmers markets in the middle of the neighborhood once a week. They have activities outdoors in the summers, all these trails I've been talking about. But then again, there are some payoffs there. We're gonna go to those later in the video, but some people just feel like it's a little bit too dense and too crowded. Hang tight for those details. Let's start with what you can do every day walking in Mueller. So here is the main strip of Aldrich Street that runs the most commercial part of Mueller. So you have Alamo Drafthouse on the right. You're going to have your wellness centers here with some fitness, some yoga, some cold plunges and things like that. Further on down the street, you're going to have Kirby Lane and where the farmers market. This building here houses the farmers market on Sundays from 10 to 2. You have tents set up all down the street. They close the streets off so you can't drive through, and it's actually super cool to be able to just walk out your front door and access groceries, coffee, shopping, cinema, whatever you need. So that part is right here in the center of the neighborhood. And then you will have a trail that goes all around this lake, all the way around this pond in the back, all the way to another pond in the back, all the way back here. You're going to have a skate park in the very back side, and it goes back. You can circle the whole property. So they built it with, you know, keeping that outdoor activity and the lifestyle in mind, keeping the animals close. There's ducks everywhere. There's geese that come through. These ponds in the back are places where the birds land in the middle of their migratory pattern. So sometimes you can go back here and see the most beautiful birds just sitting on the water. And one perk that you wouldn't think of in the middle of, you know, central Austin is there's a golf course actually right next to the community. This is the boundary of the community here with those ponds, and right here is Morris Williams Golf Course. Yes, it's a municipal golf course, but it's a golf course right across the street. So you can head over there, you can hit balls. They do have a proper driving range. They do have a putting green. I mean, you know, it's hit or miss on how fast they are and how good a shape the greens are in. I think the more days of 108 temperature in a row, the less good the greens are. But if we have some good weather and some nice rain, like we've had lately, the course is in good shape. It's a great layout. I love it. And you have views of downtown from the golf course. So it's a really cool spot in town. It's just a municipal. What does that mean to me? Well, it just means it can play slow. They allow fivesomes, and sometimes on the municipal courses, not everybody actually knows how to play, and they certainly don't know how to play quickly. So even though we have a good golf course here, it can take, you know, 5+ hours for a round on the weekend, and I just don't like that. But if that's something you can handle, this is a great option to have in your backyard. So Mueller isn't considered like a golf community because it's not a country club. You can't really be a member there. But for the right golfer, this may actually be an advantage. Maybe you're just starting. Maybe you just only get a chance to play once a month or something like that. This could be the perfect combination for you to have that urban lifestyle and golf when you want. Now let's talk about more of the amenities and entertainment inside the neighborhood before we move on to the actual style of houses you can find in the neighborhood. So in this neighborhood, there are activities going all the time. St. Patrick's Day, Christmas, Easter, they have celebrations for all the holidays, all the different cultures. Inside the neighborhood is the Thinkery. It is a main draw for children and families. It's like think about like an interactive museum for kids. They can get in there and actually play with things, build things, learn. And so it's a really big attraction for, you know, kind of those days when I'm babysitting the nephews. I take them over there. You'll see a lot of school trips over there, but it's kind of an anchor right in the heart of the commercial area of Mueller. Then you're going to have that Alamo Draft House, like I mentioned before. We're going to have that farmers market on Sundays. It has fresh produce, fresh farm-to-table type foods, artisan goods, and all those local mom and pop vendors. In addition to all the coffee shops, restaurants, pubs, and things, we also in the neighborhood have like activities in the summer or when the weather's good for outdoor movies in the park. There are concerts out on the big stage. They have festivals, they have parades through there, they have seasonal celebrations like I've already mentioned with the Christmas, St. Patty's Day, Easter, and big egg hunts and things like that, and just simple neighborhood gatherings. It is a place that really has an intention to create community. So this is a great place for people who are moving in and want to make friends quickly and enjoy the ambiance of being together. Not so much for someone who needs their privacy. So from a buying perspective, you're not simply paying for the house, you're paying for everything available right outside your front door. Speaking of houses, let's have a look at what styles are available in the hood. The cool thing about the Mueller neighborhood, after the things we've already said are cool, are the types of houses. You can get all different styles: condos, townhomes, yard homes. Yard homes means just a home with a yard. There can different price points, and here are some examples. I'm going to start low and go high. So this one here is, I kind of call it like a glorified fourplex. It's written up as a condo, or the ownership is condo style, but you have 4 units in this one house. And this is the kind of price point you're looking at. 1,230 square feet, built in 2020, just under $400,000. Next, we have what they call there are row homes, townhouses. This one's just under 2,000 square feet, built in 2015, going for $750,000. Our next style they look like apartments. They're condos. They're some of the newest in the Mueller area, and I have quite a few friends that have bought in this area, or in this building, I should say. 1,352 square feet. It says built in 2023. That's kind of when they started construction, but no one moved in 2023. Listed for $749,000. Now we're going to start on the homes that are detached, no connected walls. They call them yard homes, but you can see here they're quite close to the neighbor, and this is the sense in how it's built in the whole community of Mueller. You notice here the front porch, it encourages that community lifestyle, but they all are very close together. This one, 2,005 square feet, built in 2021, just under $1 million. And lastly, the top end of the range is a larger home, actually looking over one of the ponds in the back, and it's listed for $2,400,000, just under 4,000 square feet. It is a new construction. So you can see how there are all different types of homes and all different price points in Mueller, but nothing's cheap because you are this close to downtown. Here is Mueller right here. Here is downtown. That in and of itself brings a higher price tag. Another thing I want to point out while we're here on the map, brings a lot of doctors, to nurses, and healthcare to the area, is Dell Children's Medical Center is right in the heart of Mueller. So that hospital employs so many people that a lot of those people live in Mueller, and in the grocery stores nearby, you'll see a lot of people coming in their scrubs and things. So a big area for healthcare employment. All right, so we have talked about all the great things about the Mueller neighborhood. Now it's time to talk about what's not so hot. I mean, not everything can be rainbows and puppies. Let's go. So we've already mentioned it. The first con is the price. It's no longer an affordable hidden gem. You know, you've got to pay a premium for a central location with a walkable lifestyle and newer construction home, and you even have parks and hiking trails. So it's not a surprise. The price is going to be high. So you just have to evaluate for yourself, do I want a bigger house, or do I value the things outside my front door more? The next con is those smaller lot sizes and the density. Even if you have one of the yard homes, which means you have your own yard, you can still feel like you can reach out and touch your neighbor's wall. Now, some people absolutely love that because of one of two things. Either they really want to just be stuck into a community where they have to meet their neighbors and make new friends quickly, or they're coming from a bigger city where that even seems like more space than normal. I mean, if you had a yard in New York, think about it. The third con is traffic and parking. I mean, when we have those festivals, the farmers markets down here in this area, and they block off the roads, when they have a concert in the park, I mean, it is hard to find parking. And if you're just in the neighborhood wanting to go shopping or something, it's either paid parking or permit parking for residents. So you have to be very careful that you read the signs so you don't get a parking ticket. Now, they do have parking garages. You can go in there, and most of the companies, restaurants, and things will validate your parking so you get it for free. But just know that in that community, be very aware of the street signs so you don't park in the wrong spot and get a ticket. The last con is there are a lot of rules. When you have a dense community like that, your homeowners association is a strong factor. So that means you've got to bring your trash cans in on time. That means there are architectural guidelines that you can't just do what you want. No chickens in the backyard. The exterior of your home has to look a certain way all the time. There are even landscaping restrictions. We've already talked about the parking rules, and anything you want to modify, change, or add, you have to get permission to do so. Now, that's not always a bad thing because it keeps the neighborhood looking nice, but if you're kind of a rule breaker or don't like rules, maybe this isn't the right neighborhood for you. So overall, if you're someone looking for the community vibe, that community feel, this is a really great option. It even has a golf course nearby. Now, this isn't for that serious golfer. This isn't for that golfer that needs that country club feel, that white glove service or anything. But if you don't get to golf that often, or you're not that serious about golf, this is an excellent choice. You could literally walk to the golf course from some of these homes in the community. And at the golf course, they do have a nice little cafe out back, and they have really good tacos, by the way, and good margaritas. And out the back of the pro shop and dining area, they have a huge like balcony patio area that overlooks the 18 green, number 1 tee box, 10 tee box and stuff. So you can actually heckle your friends when they're coming in finish. We had a great tournament out there not too long ago for one of my buddy's birthdays, and trust me, there were about 40 of us. And as the people were coming in on 18, they had no chance of making birdie because everyone was yelling and screaming in their backstroke, and it was fun. It's a good spot to hang out and have a good party. So this is why I always tell my clients, you're buying the lifestyle first, then the house. Mueller may look perfect on paper, but in real question is this everyday life right for you? Do you like that dense living? Do you like to be able to walk to things? Or do you need more space? Look, we are always here for you to help find that perfect lifestyle that fits you, because if you buy the right house in the wrong spot, you're not going to be happy. You've got to buy the right spot and then find the house. So we're always here to help you find that. And tell me in the comments below, do you like a walkable lifestyle more so than a big house, or do you want that big house, maybe a little bit further, maybe a little bit more privacy? I answer all the comments myself. I would love to hear from you. Just tell us right now, right below. And if you're comparing some other Austin golf communities, let us know, because we know them all. I've played every single course, walked every single fairway, and can help you determine if it matches your lifestyle. If you want to see any of these houses in person, we're always here to help you with that. Just give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, or set up a Zoom call, because we're always available to help you find the perfect home that matches your lifestyle. Until next time, be kind to yourself and others. Can't wait to see you around town.
Pick a vibe, feel the club.
Go with Nicole for the dub.